Hello, I'm Jack from the Game Fools. This is the first episode of a series I'm calling Minecraft Tips and Tricks. Uh, it's exactly what it sounds like. Sorry about that. It's exactly what it sounds like. Just Minecraft, various tips, tricks, and some tutorials. Uh, Basically, all I'm going to do is show you a lot of redstone stuff, as well as some just generic Minecraft tips having to do with the game in general. Uh, So first off, what we have is just simple y14, as in y coordinate 14, is the level at which diamonds most often occur. Which basically what that means, dig down to level 14, or dig down until your y coordinate is 14 or 13, give or take. Just start strip mining around that level, and you should eventually come across diamonds sooner than if you do it at like y 50. Well, that's probably above ground, but you get the idea. Uh, Another just really simple thing, fences, normal fences when placed next to nether brick fences, will not connect. So you can have just like really narrow pathways with those. Fences that just don't connect if you want like some decorative thing. Use it how you see fit, but I don't know. It's not the most useful tip that I'm going to have, but it's just a neat little something. Now something a little bit more useful, practical. See with this glowstone pattern, this zigzag pattern, you can have, this is the only block glowstone that I found to have this property, where you can have this zigzag pattern, place redstone on top of each block, and it will carry the redstone signal up the tower of blocks. Let me just show you with stone that it does not work with any other block. I'm just using stone as an example. It doesn't, any other block it should not work unless I just haven't found another block that works yet. So you can place it in the zigzag pattern for stone as well, and you can see the redstone signal does not carry up as it does with the glowstone. So what I would use that for, the glowstone, is if you need have some underground redstone circuitry and you want to have the signal go upwards toward the surface really quickly. It can be really useful for that. Now, more generic tip. If you didn't know, you can take two enchanted books, such as Infinity and Flame 1, put them in the anvil, and you can combine them to have one enchantment, or one book with both enchantments. It's good for storing enchanted books if you have a lot. Also, in creative mode, you can combine unlike enchantments. Like, for example, this book. This book has Thorns 3, Flame 1, and Infinity 1. Now, Flame 1 and Infinity 1 are both bow-only enchantments, whereas Thorns 3 is a armor-only enchantment. Now, you probably know that in normal Minecraft, you can't combine those enchantments on anything. But if you do it in creative mode, you can. Related to that is the fact that you can also combine Silk Touch and any sword enchantment and put on a sword in creative mode. And then if you use that sword in you know, survival, then you can use it to break blocks as if it were a pick that had unbreak or Silk Touch rather. Might it'll mine about as fast as a sword normally does, but still. Point being, you can, well, if you want to break glass, you can enchant a sword with it in creative, and if you're doing like a creative map or something, is when I think this would be most useful. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have up on this platform. So we're going to head down here. Now this is my first little redstone circuitry. Nothing too amazing, but it's neat if you have two crossing redstone paths that you don't want to affect each other. Just raise one of the paths up, and on the block where they intersect, place a redstone repeater on top and next to the block so that they carry the redstone signals. Now what this will allow is for the redstone signal on top to go by unaffected by the one on the bottom. Now, because the redstone repeater on the bottom will transmit the signal through the block to the redstone on the other side of the block, but this won't affect the redstone signal on top because of the repeater. Now, if you were to have another redstone on top of the block, then it would carry the signal just the same over the block onto the onto the redstone current on top. So that's neat if you have two currents that you don't want to affect each other that aren't related. Use that however you see fit. Now here we just have a really simple redstone clock design. Let me just grab a torch. So how you would start up this redstone clock? Just place and quickly take away a redstone torch, and it will start the redstone signal, or just going around like this. How you can use this is to have lights like this, or if you want doors or dispensers, whatever, alternate in which ones are active. Or you can just have it so it's a delay, so that you have a light going on and then off, and then a few seconds later on again. Now you can increase the duration of this by just adding more repeaters, but this is just the smallest size that you can have with that type of design. However, there is another type of redstone clock, which is a little bit simpler, but it only has two redstone signals. So what you do is you just place two repeaters and right next to each other in opposite directions. You place redstone just like that. Make sure that there's a delay, otherwise it won't work. It'll just create a redstone signal. But basically just do that and it will power itself like this, have a smaller two-signal clock. Nothing amazing, but it can be useful if you have, just want to have like one light go on, then be off on another light's on. Set 1800. So now, going away from the clock, just because we're done with that, we're going to go to this room. So I walk in, all the lights are off. Step on the second pressure pad, lights are all on. Now, all that has to do with is simple T flip-flop. Now, how that works is I'm about to show you. So, how you set it up is below ground you would have to set up like so. 2 blocks with a redstone torch on different sides of each one. One like that, or also make sure the redstone goes on the top as well. Then have redstone go from that torch onto the other block with a redstone torch on it. Then the above ground would be like so, where you can have a pressure plate on there and there. Now you step on this pressure pad, it activates this redstone signal, turning off this torch. And you step on this pressure pad, it activates this redstone signal, turning off this torch. So what that's usually used for is having like lights that turn on when you enter a room and turn off when you exit the room. And you can probably find other uses, but I just can't think of any other uses for it at the moment. But it can be useful for stuff like that, or other, like, when you enter the room things. That's all that is for now, though. And now there's the last station that I have for today. What this is a auto turret. So right now I have this hopper powered so that it won't drop any items, arrows, into the dispenser. So I'm just going to unpower it, take the first arrow that drops out of the dispenser, and then it's just going to start going. It's going to just keep shooting arrows until the hopper and it are empty. Just kind of flip the switch and turn that off again. Now how this works is just, so the dispenser has a comparator directly going away from it, which what that does is it detects if there are any arrows or any items in the dispenser, and it sends a redstone signal into the repeater along the redstone trail back to the dispenser, activating it and shooting the arrow. Then another arrow comes down from the hopper, goes into the dispenser, and sends another signal, and it just keeps doing that and doing that. Now, what I would use that for is either just have some extra like auto turret defenses, if like you're on like multiplayer server and you want to keep people out of your base. That's what I would use it for. Or if you have like a skeleton or some other like mob item drop grinder, then you can just have this kill the mobs for you. Once you've got a lot in like the cell, like have a skeleton spawner up here, go into a pit that lands here, and just turn this on and have it kill all of them for you, so you get the arrows, the bones, etc., or whatever you have, or the drops of whatever you happen to be farming. So that's pretty much it for this little first episode. I just want this to be a helpful kind of tutorial-like thing, where I show you redstone stuff, some just generic Minecraft, like in general tips. I don't know why I keep saying generic, it's not generic. If anyone has any ideas, anyone who watches this, which I know is not many people right now, but if you do, just leave a comment maybe, and I can do it for do that tip or trick in the next video. If you wonder what that is, that's my going to be like a lab area or something. That's why I have a roadblock, because it's not finished yet. But like I said, just leave me any ideas you have. I'm gonna keep doing these videos. Please like and favorite, subscribe, just whatever. I do other videos besides Minecraft, but Minecraft's gonna be one of my bigger things. I'm also gonna do like League of Legends, Team Fortress 2, maybe Don't Starve a little bit. Oh, I'm probably gonna do Slender soon with one of my friends. Uh, just nothing really specific, just any game I really feel like. Yeah, I'm just a in general gaming channel. I got a few friends that I do it with. I'll be alternating who I do each video with. I might do multiple people in a video depending on what I'm playing. But anyways, just felt like I should say that and just say thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative in some way, and if not, maybe just tune in next time and see if I have some other tip that might be useful for you, or some idea. And I just thank you for watching, and happy gaming.